Imagine warm, gooey cookies, crunchy candies, soft cakes, and waffle cones stacked with ice cream. Is your mouth watering yet? Are you suddenly craving dessert? But why? What happens in your brain that makes sugary foods so hard to resist? Sugar is a general term for a group of molecules called carbohydrates, and it's found in all kinds of foods. Just look at the ingredient labels: glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose, lactose, dextrose, and starch are all types of sugar. So are high fructose corn syrup, fruit juice, raw sugar, and honey. But sugar isn't just in sweets. It's also added to tomato sauce, yogurt, dried fruit, flavored waters, and granola bars. Since sugar is practically everywhere, it's important to understand how it affects your brain. So, what happens the moment sugar hits your tongue? And does a little sugar really lead to craving more? When you take a bite of sugary food like cereal, the sweet taste receptors on your tongue get activated. These receptors send signals to your brainstem, which then forwards them to different areas in the brain, including the cerebral cortex. This part of the brain helps identify different tastes: salty, bitter, umami, and in this case, sweet. From there, the brain's reward system gets activated. This system is a network of pathways that help answer a simple question: should I do that again? That happy, satisfied feeling you get from chocolate cake, that's your brain saying, yes, more of this, please. But this reward system isn't only triggered by food, social interactions, sex, and even drugs also activate it. And if this system gets overstimulated too often, it can lead to loss of control, strong cravings, and higher tolerance, meaning you need more to get the same feeling. Now back to your bite of cereal. As it moves through your digestive system, it reaches the gut. And guess what? There are sugar receptors there too. These aren't taste receptors, but they still send messages to the brain, letting it know you're full or telling it to produce more insulin to handle the sugar. One key chemical involved in the reward system is dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel good. The brain has dopamine receptors in many places, but some areas called hotspots have more of them and are more sensitive. Drugs like heroin or nicotine flood these areas with dopamine, creating a high and leading to addiction in some people. Sugar also causes dopamine release, not as intensely as drugs, but still enough to make us feel rewarded. Interestingly, very few foods do this. Broccoli, for example, doesn't cause dopamine release, which helps explain why it's harder to get kids excited about vegetables. Let's say you're hungry and eat a healthy, balanced meal. Dopamine levels rise. But if you eat that same meal every day, the dopamine response weakens, your brain gets bored. That's because our brains evolved to be curious about new flavors. This helps us detect spoiled food and get a variety of nutrients. So, over time, the excitement from the same food fades. But sugar-rich foods are different. If you don't eat much sugar, the effect is similar to a balanced meal. But if you eat it a lot and often, the dopamine response stays high. It doesn't level off. In that way, sugar behaves more like a drug than a normal food. That's one reason why sugary snacks can feel so addictive. So all those different types of sugar may look different, but they all start a chain reaction in the brain that makes us feel rewarded. If it happens too often, your brain goes into overdrive. So yes, too much sugar can have addictive effects on your brain, but a slice of cake every now and then, that's totally fine.